Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
Is that there's a certain preseason top 5 team in the country that is now 4-5 on the year with just one win against top 250 opponents through the first month of the season. That would be the Michigan State Spartans. Tonight they were on the road in Lincoln against a Nebraska team that, quite frankly, I think is not a bad basketball team by any means. But that said, this is a game Michigan State had to have. They didn't get it. 77-70 was the final. Jerel, how concerned should Michigan State fans be at this point that these issues are not fixable?
I mean, I'm not sure how concerned they should be, but I'm definitely pressing the panic button right now. Michigan State, we had such high hopes for them preseason and coming into the year, and I was hell bent on just giving them time to kind of figure it out and how they were gonna play and putting the lineups and things like that together. But at this point, man, they just don't look like a Michigan State team to me, like a traditional Tom Izzo Michigan State type of team to me. And I think it starts with physicality. And tonight they kind of just couldn't get a stop when they needed to get a stop. And obviously they got some other pressing concerns offensively as well too, because everything is a little bit of a struggle there. But just defensively, they had opportunity to win that game down the stretch, and they just couldn't get the big stop when they needed it. And I'm looking at guys from Nebraska. Just they no fear. They're going at these guys, one-on-one situations in the post, all of that type of stuff. And that's type of stuff. That's traditionally the type of stuff you want to stay away from with Michigan State and Tom Izzo led teams. But this team just doesn't have that same feel right now. And then offensively, it's just everything is a struggle. Tyson Walker got off to a really slow start. He didn't shoot it great tonight. Hogard and Hall played really well, especially in the first half, to keep them afloat and keep the game close. And then he kind of picked it up there at the end, but just everything just seems so difficult for them. Him having to create and take 10 to 12 dribbles just to get a mid-range pull-up jumper, regardless of if he's capable of making it or not. They're just not quality shots, and it shouldn't be that hard to get these quality looks for them. And right now I'm pressing the panic button. I'm not sure what they need to do, but Michigan State is running out of time quickly to figure it out.
RC, I want to throw a scenario at you here, and then I'll let you go off wherever you want to go with this. But I've heard the comparison between North Carolina last season and Michigan State this season. Here's why. Brady Manick was really the only departure from North Carolina in the national title game to missing the tournament. Michigan State, Joey Hauser is the only departure from a team that made the Sweet 16 to this year's team, kind of looking like they may be a bubble team at best this year. Is that a crazy comparison? Why or why not?
You know why you teasing me up for it? Because I've been saying this I've been screaming it. I really have. I said this before, and I said it was similar, and I didn't want to say it so early because it was really early in the season. You're talking it was a second or third game of the year, and I'm like, man, this team is looking like Carolina from a year ago. And it's not only just that comparison of it, it's the other things that come with it. This is a preseason 4th-ranked team. And so the pressure and the expectations just mount on you so much. And to your point tonight, like this team, that was a game you would have thought Michigan State, and the conference wins are hard to come by, no matter where you play it. But you would expect them to go into Nebraska and get that win tonight and not fall 0-2 in the Big Ten. And they just it wasn't offensive tonight. They scored. Defensively, it seemed like they couldn't get stops. And it just feels like this is a team with a tremendous amount of pressure on them. Like we said before, I said it, way back when, and I'll say it again. This team reminds me of UNC a year ago. And the people would fire at me and be like, "Oh, I trust in Tom Izzo. There isn't but so much he can do. He can't shoot and get stops and rebound and do it all his damn self. We know, he's my favorite coach in the business. I'm a big Tom Izzo fan, but this team just reminds me of Carolina for a year ago. Just stated that. I mentioned that before with Hauser and Manick. And people don't realize how important that is, because when you ran ball screens with those guys, because of their ability to make shots, you had to switch. So now it forced me to, it allowed me to get downhill and break you down. So what we were dictating matchups, and I know I can put your 4-man in a ball screen knowing you're going to switch, and made everything easier for dump offs for the bigs, or easier to finish, or easier to kick out. There's just something missing here with this group. I would be concerned because they're losing in different ways, and tonight they couldn't get stops when they needed.
Yeah. So those that know me know that it doesn't take much for me to panic about Michigan State. But gentlemen, if you would so let me go here, I'd like to. The scariest part of this for Michigan State should be this. They finally got good offensive games from Malik Hall, A.J. Hoggard, and Jaden Akins at the same time. That happened tonight. Now, Tyson Walker had his first bad game of the season, but those are the three guys you've been begging to play better for the entire month of this year. And now it happens, and you still lose by 7 to a Nebraska team that, they shot the ball well tonight. You couldn't get a stop when you needed it. But the whole reason to me why you struggled so much tonight was the 5 spot. They don't have a center on this roster. You've got Madi Sissoko. You've got Carson Cooper. Those two guys tonight combined for 2 points and 3 rebounds. Rank Mast had 8 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists. That's not even talking about Juwan Gary, his front court mate, who had 20 points of himself tonight. So I don't know what you do when you're a team that lacks shooting and lacks the answers in the front court. This will be the most difficult job of Tom Izzo's entire career, getting this team to the NCAA tournament. And I don't think that's hyperbole at this point, because we are getting late into the season very, very quickly, and the results here have not changed.
Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.